Greetings, my friend. It's Mahdi, and these are the Empower Network Chronicles. Today, I want to speak to you about the value of your story and how big of a tool that is in you winning in the process of earning income online. It's such an integral part of you earning income online. Now, and your story, you may not think, you may say, well, I'm just a cook in a restaurant. I really don't have a story. Or I'm just a janitor. I've been a janitor for 15, 20 years. What value will people see in my story? Well, Mahdi, listen, you are a healthcare professional. You've worked side by side with physicians, and you've done this, and you've been in the hospital setting, and so on and so on. You've got great people. You've got a phenomenal story. My story, I'm just, I've been a housewife and a mother for the last 10 years. What value would people see in my story? Let me tell you, dear friend, that we are dynamic human beings, and our story is seldom just what we are framing it as. For example, yes, I'm a healthcare professional, but I'm also a single parent father, right? I've been a single parent father for a lot of years. My kids are teenagers now. It's been the challenge of taking my license and degree and applying that while also being a single parent that has driven me to the realization that I've got to change some things. We've had serious challenges. When you're a single parent, there's never enough time for parenting. There's never enough time. You always feel as though, gee whiz, there's something else that I need to give. There's so much more that I want to give. That in and of itself resonates with so many people, whether they're single parents or not. Every parent has that feeling. So if you can share what you've done to adjust your affair to empower you to have more mastery over your time while you're earning for your family, that is an incredible story. So the power of your story, if you're a janitor, that's not the only thing that sums up your life. You've got a lot of other things that have happened to you on your journey as a janitor that are of magnificent interest to other people who have a need like you, because you are here, my friends, looking for a way to fix one of two things. Number one, a current need to have more income so that you can meet the financial obligations that you have. Or number two, having a sincere desire to change your lifestyle and gain more mastery over your time, or both. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. So your story, sharing your story allows you to gain an audience with people who are looking for the same solution set that you are. Now watch this. Wouldn't it be cool if you were to come into a platform, come into a space with a group of other people who are just like you, and all of you decide that, hey, you know what, we're going to take this blog platform, the Empower Network's blog platform. We're going to share our story, and we're going to build a global blog alliance with other people who are just like us. We've worked hard for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. We've worked hard. So now we're going to work smart. See, the Empower Network at its core is a unified blog platform. And what do I mean by that? I mean that everyone who comes into the Empower Network invests $25 for a ready-to-use, out-of-the-box, web developer tweaked WordPress blog platform that allows you to just come and type, drag pictures, pull video in, and craft a story about whatever is important to you today. Tomorrow, what's important to you, what's a part of your journey. You can journal that and publish it online right here in the here and now. Every day, you can add content to your blog, or every other day, however often you want to. But the whole idea is that by taking this blog platform and sharing this idea of giving maximum exposure to the things that are important to you now, sharing that idea with your contacts, your associates, and they take the blog platform, the compensation for Empower Network is set up in such a way that you gain 100% of the price of that particular product. The blog platform is $25 a month. It's monthly. We own it. We own our space. That's our space that we're paying mortgage for on the World Wide Web, that allows us to come and tell our story in a very unique way without censorship, and have that story published, pushed out onto the World Wide Web, not Facebook, on the World Wide Web, so that billions of people can see our story, see our videos, resonate with us, and say, hey, you know what? I'm right there with you. I understand. Wow, I'd like to share my story, and I also have something that is of interest to me that I want to promote, because on the Empower Network blog platform, you can use that as a launch pad to promote anything that you want to promote, whatever your cause is, whatever your special interest is. If you have a business, whether it's a home, a business that you've developed yourself, or a product or service from a company that you want to promote, any of the above, you're welcome to do that. So not only is it a way of you telling your story, but it's a way of you associating, tying your story together with the brand, with your product, your service that you are promoting. That is ingenious. So now, back to the story, and you get paid 100% for that. So what does 100% of the price of something mean? It means that when you take the blog platform at $25 and you share this with someone else who has the desire to build income online too, they take the blog platform and they start sharing their story and promoting whatever it is that's important to them. The $25 that they invest for their blog platform, that is deposited directly into your bank account because you were the one who invited them to the Empower Network. Isn't that cool? 100% of the money is deposited into your bank account, and that is now money, and it's monthly income. It's residual income. How about that? The ability for you to build 100% of the cash price into an income for yourself for as many people as you care to touch. Now, I'm telling you, at 100% commission, at 100% commission, it doesn't take a lot of people for you to satisfy a utility bill. It doesn't take a lot of people for you to satisfy. It just doesn't take a lot at 100% commission. Now at $25, you know, that's just a starting point. But in the Empower Network, there are other products in our resource, in our informational resource center, modules that you can also invest in, that you can promote, that will bring you $100 commissions every month. You know, and when you start earning $100 commissions every time you share something with someone, figure it out, you do the math. You get a person involved in something that they pay $100 a month for, it takes what, 15 of those? And your mortgage is done. You do one a week, in 3 months' time, your mortgage is done. Your mortgage is paid for, right? So let's get back though. I didn't mean to digress in a conversation about numbers. The conversation here is really about your story and the power of your story, how you can take your journey, your personal journey, and tie it to whatever it is that you're now wanting to springboard into, whatever it is that you have a massive interest in. You can tie your cause, you can tie your personal life story to your cause. That's the power of a story, you know. It's not the fact that you've just been a housewife. It's the fact that you have a phenomenal interest in education, and you've homeschooled your kids, and all your kids were national merit scholars, but the world doesn't know that. See, you've been successful at something, and this something has value to a lot of other people, right? So you were single, you were a mom, a housewife, you homeschooled your kids are national merit scholars, right? One of them completed high school in 3 years instead of 4. And you've got a formula for how to do that. Why? Because that's your life story. You've done that. So your how-to becomes an area of interest for millions of people across the globe. You're a janitor, but you also are an inventor. You have tinkered with your mechanical skills and you've built something that is phenomenal. It helps homeowners do X, Y, Z. And there are thousands of stories like this. Look into your own life. And while you're doing that, if for no other great reason, click the link below. Take the Empower Network blog platform right now, today, and link yourself with a global community. We call it the Global Blog Alliance. Link yourself with a global community of thought leaders who have worked hard before, and now they're all locking arms to work smart, to build phenomenal income and have a life all at the same time. My name is Mahdi. These are the Empower Network Chronicles. I hope that you've gained value from this session, the value of your story, the power of marrying your story to the things that are absolutely important and passionate drives for you in the here and now. We'll see you on the next video.